I talk, because my mother taught me never to keep my back to someone when I talk. So I'll keep my back to you once in a while. Okay. Can we give it up one more time for your elected delegation? Because you for the labor movement one more time. I was with a leader of the labor movement 3 days ago, Lee Saunders, the head of AFSCME. And you know, Lee always said, and 3 years ago today, I was traveling with President Obama and Lee Saunders and a woman named Mary Kay Henry from SEIU and a guy named Leo Gerard, the head of the Steelworkers. We were traveling with the president, talking about what Labor Day meant and what Labor Day continues to mean. We got to make sure that every day is Labor Day in America, not just one day a year. Now, as Lee Saunders has said more than once, you know, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. And the job, you know, the mission of this Republican Congress, the mission of the Koch brothers, the mission of Ed Gillespie is to make sure you're on the menu. And we're not going to allow that to happen, because this is about dignity. That's what Labor Day is about. The dignity of work means that when you work 30 years, you receive your pension, and it's a pension that doesn't run dry. The dignity of work means that when you work a full day's pay, a full day's wage, you get a middle-class salary. The dignity of work means that when you give birth, you celebrate the remarkable moment of childbirth or adoption with your family, and you don't have to worry about putting it on a credit card. The dignity of work, in short, is what the Democratic Party has fought for decades. Social Security, so many other working class issues about opportunity. That's why I'm proud to be a Democrat, folks. And I will tell you, 2017 feels a heck of a lot like 2005 to me right now. In 2005, we had a far-right president pursuing a far-right agenda with a far-right Congress. Back then, they wanted to privatize Social Security, do all sorts of other bad things. We were talking about all those weapons of mass destruction that weren't there. And you know what happened in 2005? There were 2 states that spoke up clearly and said, you know what, Mr. Bush and Mr. Far-Right Congress and Ms. Far-Right Congress of the Republican Party, you know what, folks, you don't stand for our values. And we were able, 2005 was the last year that Democrats won the governorship in both New Jersey and in Virginia. And we're going to do it again this year. Because we've got remarkable people at the top of the ticket. I've always said, if you want to judge what someone's going to do in the future, look at what they've done in the past. Ralph Northam's life has been a life of service to others. You know that. You see that. And he shows it every day in the work that he does. Helping people, helping to build a stronger Virginia, helping to make sure that health care is a right for all and not a privilege for a few. Helping to make sure that educational attainment is a reality for everyone and not just for a few. Making sure that when women succeed, the Commonwealth succeeds. Making sure that the labor movement is strong. That's what Ralph's life has been about. And so we can predict the future from the past. And boy, can we predict the future from the past with Eddie Gillespie. Because he's also been about service. Except it's service to the Koch brothers, service to well-heeled lobbyists, service to the pharmaceutical industry, service to the 1%. The guy can't even tell you how he feels about the repeal of the Affordable Care Act. Still studying. Unions want leadership. They want folks who are going to defend their right to health care. The opioid epidemic has touched me in a very personal way, and I'm confident that if I were to ask for a show of hands of people who've been touched, that there would be many hands up here and across this Commonwealth. And yet, he is comfortable with doing away with the Affordable Care Act. He will not, Eddie Gillespie will not expand Medicaid. Expanding Medicaid is a no-brainer, and we should be doing it here. And without we will do just that. And I am here to tell you that the new DNC is all in. Because our new mission, and I'm looking right at the school board member, our new mission is not simply to help elect the President of the United States, it's to help elect Democrats from the school board to the Senate, up and down the ticket. So, and by the way, I'm not just talking about the U.S. Senate. We're coming back to make sure you become the majority leader, Mr. Minority Leader, wherever you are. Tom and I and others got to know a guy who was a state senator not so long ago, and he became President of the United States. So we can do this. And that's what we're doing as a Democratic Party. There we go. It's a whisper campaign. It's barely a whisper. But you know what, folks? This campaign, as many folks have pointed out, this campaign is unlike any, because you know what? This campaign is about our identity as a nation. It's about who we are. My family came here from the Dominican Republic. They were kicked out because they spoke out against injustice in their home country. I think about what this president is about to do on DACA, and I think about Lance Corporal Jose Gutierrez. He emigrated here from Guatemala as a young person. He was undocumented. He was able to adjust his status. He so loved this nation that he enlisted in the United States Army. And he was one of the first fatalities in the most recent war in Iraq. He gave his life for this nation, got his citizenship posthumously. Posthumously. That's what this country is about. Dreamers aren't simply 800,000 young people looking for opportunity. They're a hell of a value statement about who we are as a nation. We're a nation of dreamers. Unrelenting optimism, because our values are on the ticket this November in Virginia. And you have a unique opportunity. You have a unique opportunity to say to the rest of the country, along with our friends in New Jersey, that you know what? Somos los Estados Unidos. No somos los Estados divididos. We are the United States of America, not the divided States of America. We have already been great, and our diversity is what makes us great. We are indeed a nation where we respect the Constitution. I find it incredibly ironic that this president wants to end DACA, citing constitutional concerns. He wouldn't know the Constitution if it hit him in the nose. My goodness. That is beyond laughable. And so we've got to get out there, and we've got to help elect people up and down the ticket. I have been on the phone with roughly 30 of your candidates for the House of Delegates. Why? Because I wanted to tell them directly that the new DNC is all in, up and down the ticket. We've invested over $1 million already. I want to give a shout out to Yasmin, one of our DNC members, who's been a fighter. And so many others. We are all in now. And you know what, folks? When we organize now, we win in November, up and down the ticket, not just at the governor's level with Ralph, but we win with Justin. Mark gets reelected. He is a spectacular attorney general, and as somebody who worked when I was at the Justice Department under President Obama, I worked with state attorneys general. When we had good ones, the sky was the limit. And when we had to deal with the likes of Greg Abbott and others down in Texas, they were a full employment act for lawyers. And you know what? I like the Mark Herrings of the world a lot better than the Greg Abbotts. And so we've got to keep electing them because they're more important now than ever. Because we don't have the White House. I am confident, folks, that we can do this in November. But you know what? We need your help. This is a remarkably perfect day for Labor Day. But we know that there will be many sweaty days ahead. And you know what? On those sweaty days, here's what I need you to do. Get an extra bottle of water with you. Because you know what? If you're sweating when you're knocking on doors, think about the dreamers who are sweating. Think about the families struggling with opioid addiction, wondering if he's going to take away our health care. Think about our Muslim brothers and sisters who live in fear. Think about women who are wondering, will being a woman become a pre-existing condition under the Affordable Care Act? Think about our friends in the labor movement who are in danger of being on the menu even more because, make no mistake about it, there's an unrelenting attack on the labor movement. Unrelenting. And so when we're out there and it's hot and you're thinking, I gotta go home because I'm sweating. No, keep sweating. Because you know what? I met Jennifer yesterday when I was with the governor. I think she won her primary by 14 votes. Every vote matters. I was just in Herndon with your delegate there. She lost her first race by 34 votes. She kept fighting, and then she won the next time around. This stuff matters. Every vote matters. We got to run up the score here, and we can run up the score. And we run up the score when we lead with our values. That's why I love Ralph Northam. That's why I love Justin Fairfax. That's why I love Mark Herring. That's why I love all your candidates for delegates, because they're leading with their values. They are saying loudly and clearly, Democrats believe that health care is a right for all and not a privilege for a few. Democrats believe in fighting for good jobs that pay a middle-class wage. Democrats believe in paid leave. Democrats believe that civil rights enforcement is who we are as a nation. Democrats believe in inclusion for everyone. Democrats believe in marriage equality. Democrats believe in all of this. And when we lead with our values, when we talk about how when women succeed, Virginia succeeds, and America succeeds, that's what we're doing day in and day out. But we need your help. Get out there early. Get out there everywhere and send a message, because you are uniquely positioned to affect the arc of history. I firmly believe that history has its eye on us right now. This is one of the most dangerous times in American history. And I leave you with some wisdom from a guy named Albert Einstein, who had some wisdom. You know, there was a biography of Albert Einstein that was written, and it was they recalled the letters that he wrote to his son during the heart of the McCarthy era, after he had arrived in this country. And he wrote to his son and he said, "What's going on with this country? I don't understand this. I fled Nazi Germany to escape the atrocities of Hitler, and I see the same pathology in McCarthy." And then fast forward a year or two, after McCarthy's been censored and reduced to the dustbin of history, he writes other letters to his son, and he says, "What a country! I love this country!" And these are his words. And if you're looking for the book written by Walter Isaacson, these are his words. "I love this country. It has this gyroscope." That's not my word, that was his word. And just when you think the gyroscope is spinning out of control, it rights itself. Well, folks, the gyroscope, as you know, is not a piece of technology. The gyroscope is the most important word in a democracy. And when President Obama was down in Selma marking the 50th anniversary of Bloody Sunday, he talked about the most important word in a democracy, that simple two-letter word, we. It's amazing what we the people can do when we come together and lead with our values. It was we the people who corrected or helped to correct the original sin of our Constitution of slavery. It was we the people who came together during the suffragette movement. It was we the people who came together in Stonewall. We the people who came together in the 1930s for labor fairness, for the Social Security Act, for Medicare and Medicaid in the 60s, for the Fair Housing Act a few days after Dr. King's assassination, for disability rights, for gay rights. And it is we the people that will again be that gyroscope now. That's what we need in the next 64 days. Every single day, the gyroscope of Virginia is going to have impact across the nation and across the world. Let's do it together. Let's sweat together, and let's win together. Thank you very much.